Der Fall Epstein ist inzwischen ein Politikum.
Ein reicher Vermögensverwalter, zu dessen Freunden Präsidenten und ein Prinz zählen, sitzt hinter Gittern.
Der wegen sexuellen Missbrauchs minderjähriger Mädchen angeklagte US-Milliardär Jeffrey Epstein ist tot in seiner Gefängniszelle aufgefunden worden.
Nach dem mutmaßlichen Suizid des inhaftierten US-Unternehmers Epstein hat die Bundespolizei FBI Ermittlungen aufgenommen.
Gerade erfahren wir, der Tod des verurteilten Sexualstraftäters Jeffrey Epstein wird offiziell als Suizid gewertet.
Am 10. August wird besagter Jeffrey Epstein tot in seiner Gefängniszelle in New York aufgefunden. Der Tod von Epstein hinterlässt viele Rätsel. Wie konnte sich dieser Mann das Leben nehmen, obwohl er rund um die Uhr überwacht werden sollte?
Epstein's suicide, your experience as a prosecutor, how does this happen when he's supposed to be on suicide watch? And secondly, how do victims get justice?
I actually have tracked deaths in custody when I was Attorney General, and there are a lot of issues to unpack in that. I think that the case is obviously very new.
I had a falling out with him a long time ago. I don't think I've spoken to him for 15 years. I wasn't a fan. I was not, a long time ago. I'd say maybe 15 years. I was not a fan of his. That I can tell you. I was not a fan of his.
After a while, Trump goes to greet 3 new guests. Among them, the financier Jeffrey Epstein. Later in the footage, Trump is seen talking to Epstein and another man as women are dancing in front of them. Trump alternates between dancing and pointing out women to Epstein and the other man and telling Epstein about the cameras. Here's what Donald Trump said to New York Magazine about Epstein in 2002. I've known Jeff for 15 years, terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. It's even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do. And many of them are on the younger side. No doubt about it, Jeffrey enjoys his social life.
Former President Bill Clinton's press secretary issued a statement reading in part, President Clinton knows nothing about the terrible crimes Jeffrey Epstein pleaded guilty to in Florida some years ago.
I know he was on his plane 27 times, and he said he was on the plane 4 times. But when they checked the plane log, Bill Clinton, who is a very good friend of Epstein, he was on the plane about 27 or 28 times.
Any comments on the alleged allegation of your connection with Jeffrey Epstein? No.
That island was really a cesspool. There's no question about it. Just ask Prince Andrew. He'll tell you about it.
You've been on his private plane.
Yes.
You've been to stay on his private island.
Yes.
You've stayed at his home in Palm Beach.
Yes.
You visited Ghislaine Maxwell's house in Belgravia in London.
Yes.
He never discussed with you the fact that an arrest warrant had been issued.
No.
So he came to that party knowing police were investigating him.
Well, I'm not quite sure whether was it police that were, I don't know. You see, this is the problem.
It was the Palm Beach police at the time.
But I mean, I'm afraid, you see, this is the problem. Is that an awful lot of this was going on in the United States, and I wasn't a party to it, and I knew nothing about it.
Epstein had a way of sexually compromising people. Is that what Melinda was warning you about?
No. I mean, no, I had dinner with him, and that's all.
And that you regret the relationship, the acquaintance?
That I had dinner with him.
Mm.
I had several dinners with him.
You never saw anything where you thought, this doesn't feel right. Linda kind of had a visceral reaction the first time she met him.
No, he was a bad person. And, I had a reason that I thought those meetings would lead to something good, but I shouldn't have done them.
Well, I've said I regretted having those dinners. And there's absolutely nothing new on that.
Is there a lesson for you, for anyone else looking at this?
Well, he's dead, so in general, you always have to be careful. I'm very proud of what we've done in philanthropy. Very proud of the work of the foundation. That's what I get up every day and focus on.
You didn't never go to that island, did you?
No. I don't know where that thing at. No.
Did you ever see Mr. Epstein with underage girls?
No. Oh, no. If I had ever seen Jeffrey Epstein in any inappropriate situation with an underage girl, I would have terminated my relationship and turned him in. No way.
So you're obviously surprised by the allegations.
We were shocked by the allegations, but as a criminal lawyer, being shocked by an allegation doesn't mean that I won't defend somebody. It's shocking that so many feminists have refused to condemn Hamas for raping and cutting off the breasts. I mean, you know, all of this makes Jeffrey Epstein, by comparison, my God.
In 2002, I got a call from President Clinton, who I had become friends with over many years, inviting me to come with him on an 8-day humanitarian trip that he was going to make to Africa and South Africa. We spent a day with Nelson Mandela. Just one of the most extraordinary, just an incredible trip. I mean, if you'd asked me in 2015, maybe even if you'd asked me in 2002, did I know a guy named Jeffrey Epstein? I probably would have said no. Do you know who I never asked for anything? Was Jeffrey Epstein. I didn't want to be around this guy because I felt he put the president at risk on that trip to South Africa because there were these young girls. And we were like, who is this guy?
Hillary, I have to ask you a question that has been plaguing me for a while. How did you kill Jeffrey Epstein? Because you're not in power, but you have all the power.
If you were president, would you declassify, you can answer yes or no to these. Yeah. Would you declassify the 9/11 files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify JFK files?
Yeah. I did a lot of it.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that less so because, you know, you don't know. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world.
There's a moment where you had some hesitation about Epstein, releasing some of the documents on Epstein. Why the hesitation?
I don't think I mean, I'm not involved. I never went to his island, fortunately. But a lot of people did.
Do you think it's possible that Epstein was killed?
Oh, sure, it's possible. I mean, I don't really believe. I think he probably committed suicide. He had a life with, you know, beautiful homes and beautiful everything, and he all of a sudden he's incarcerated and not doing very well. I would say that he did. Certainly, it wasn't well done. They had no cameras. They had no anything. Everybody was sleeping, and you know, a case could be made. Look, I'm not going to get involved in it, but I can tell you, a case could be made either way. But it certainly wasn't the most well-run play.
2019 wurde Epstein tot in seiner Zelle aufgefunden und er hat sehr viele unbeantwortete Fragen zurückgelassen. Und nach jahrelanger Recherche habe ich es geschafft, die Puzzleteile dieses Skandals zusammenzulegen und ein Buch zu schreiben. Ich habe auch ein ausführliches Video auf diesem Kanal dazu gemacht, aber das war reine Theorie. Ich musste einfach an die Orte der Ereignisse und mit Beteiligten und Mitwissern sprechen. Epsteins Villa in New York live erleben, seine Nachbarschaft erkunden, Epsteins Insel auf den amerikanischen Jungferninseln mit eigenen Augen sehen, das habe ich gemacht. Noch nie habe ich so oft in meinem Umfeld zu hören bekommen, muss das sein, ist das nicht so gefährlich, ist das nicht übertrieben, interessiert das überhaupt jemanden? Und dieses Buch ist meine Antwort, das ist mein erstes Buch und deshalb brauche ich eure Unterstützung. Ob ihr euch für Politik interessiert oder nicht, ob ihr Sachbücher oder Romane mögt, ob ihr Biografien mögt oder Thriller, ob ihr jemals ein Buch gelesen habt oder nicht. Ihr könnt jetzt dabei helfen, diese Recherche über den Fall Epstein populär zu machen. Wer war dieser mysteriöse Mann? Wie lebte er? Wie dachte er? Wie machte er sein Geld? Wohin spendete er es? Wie gab er es aus? Welchen Zirkeln gehört er an? Das wird vielleicht die Thriller-Fans interessieren, ja, diejenigen, die True Crime mögen. Was passiert im Gefängnis? Warum musste er beseitigt werden? Welches Wissen machte ihn gefährlich? In dem Buch geht es um Könige, Präsidenten, Prinzen, Konzernbosse, Bankenchefs, Wirtschaftspioniere, Tech-Magnaten, Hollywood-Stars, bis hin zu den Geheimdiensten. Und mich interessiert die Frage, wer waren Epsteins Freunde, Komplizen und Hinterleute? Welche mächtigen Kreise profitierten von seiner Operation? Und dann geht es um vielleicht die wichtigste Frage. Wie funktioniert diese globale Ordnung? Wie funktioniert dieses Machtkonstrukt und wie sehr ist es auf Erpressung und Kontrolle aufgebaut? Dieses Buch könnt ihr jetzt schon überall im Handel bestellen. Lasst uns damit in die Bestsellerlisten kommen. Lasst uns dieses Thema wieder groß machen. Den Link zum Buch findet ihr in der Videobeschreibung und in den Kommentaren. Vielen Dank.